Don't blame me, I voted for Carter. Had we followed his lead, we would have missed the Iraq War, the Afghanistan War, the Iran War, and the Twin Towers would still be standing. The environmental legacy of Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter's tenure as the 39th President of the United States remains defined by a transformative commitment to environmental stewardship and the permanent preservation of America's natural heritage. His philosophy was rooted in the belief that the government holds a moral obligation to protect the wilderness for future generations, ensuring that industrial advancement does not come at the cost of the Earth's delicate ecological balance. By integrating conservation into the national agenda, Carter shifted the focus of federal policy toward long-term sustainability and the responsible management of public resources. The preservation of vast wilderness. Perhaps the most significant achievement of the Carter administration was the sweeping expansion of federally protected lands. Recognizing that the American wilderness was under constant threat from unchecked development and resource extraction, Carter took bold action to secure millions of acres of land. His efforts were not merely symbolic, but represented a profound structural change in how the federal government viewed land management, prioritizing the integrity of ecosystems over the pressures of commercial exploitation. The Alaska National Interest Lands Conservation Act, this landmark legislation, protected over 100 million acres of Alaskan wilderness, a move that effectively doubled the footprint of the United States National Park System and preserved some of the most ecologically diverse landscapes in the country for all time. Rivers and recreational areas beyond massive land tracts. Carter focused on protecting specific water resources, including his pivotal role in designating the Chattooga River as a wild and scenic corridor, thereby preventing hydroelectric development and ensuring the river's natural flow remains undisturbed. Urban conservation initiatives, his commitment extended to densely populated regions as well, exemplified by the creation of the Chattahoochee River National Recreational Area, which successfully brought protected green space to the outskirts of Atlanta, proving that environmental stewardship could coexist with regional growth. Pioneering renewable energy policies. As the global energy crisis deepened in the late 1970s, Carter looked beyond traditional fossil fuels, envisioning a future powered by clean, renewable energy. He recognized that national security was inextricably linked to energy independence and environmental health, leading him to invest in early solar infrastructure. His administration sought to change the public perception of solar energy from a fringe scientific experiment to a viable, necessary component of a modern energy grid. Strategic symbolic leadership. In 1979, Carter installed solar panels on the roof of the White House, a move that captured the public imagination and sent a clear message to the international community that the United States was prepared to innovate in the realm of sustainable power. Institutionalizing energy conservation beyond symbolic acts, he prioritized the development of technologies that would reduce dependence on foreign oil, creating a legislative foundation that encouraged energy efficiency in buildings and transportation, which set the stage for later advancements in the field. Environmental health standards. Through the creation of the Superfund program, he addressed the toxic legacy of industrialization, ensuring that hazardous waste sites were identified, managed, and cleaned up to prevent long-term contamination of groundwater and local soils. A lifelong dedication to nature. Carter's work did not conclude when he left office in 1981. Instead, he translated his deep-seated appreciation for nature into a lifelong mission through philanthropic endeavors. His personal lifestyle choices and his continued advocacy for the environment served as a model for how individuals can contribute to a sustainable future. By consistently highlighting the intersection of human poverty, health, and environmental degradation, he championed a holistic approach to global development. Global humanitarianism. Through his extensive work with international organizations, Carter remained a vocal supporter of land management practices that empower local communities while maintaining ecological standards, reflecting his belief that environmental health is essential to human dignity. Sustainable living advocacy. In his post-presidency years, he frequently highlighted the importance of simple, low-impact living, demonstrating that even a former world leader could prioritize sustainable habits to mitigate the personal carbon footprint and inspire global awareness. Educational impact. His ongoing involvement in public discourse ensured that the lessons of the environmental movement remained relevant to new generations, emphasizing that the protection of the biosphere is an ongoing, multi-generational struggle that requires constant vigilance and active participation from every citizen. Synthesis of environmental stewardship. The effectiveness of Carter's environmental legacy lies in the breadth of his vision, which encompassed everything from federal legislative mandates to individual behavioral shifts. By framing environmental protection as a matter of national importance, he elevated the status of conservationist and provided a framework that still informs environmental politics today. His focus on wild and scenic designations ensured that future Americans would have the opportunity to experience the pristine beauty of the natural world rather than only the mediated versions found in urban centers or industrial parks. Furthermore, his early focus on solar power was, in hindsight, remarkably prescient. While the political and economic conditions of the 1970s made widespread adoption difficult, the seeds he planted regarding energy independence and the transition to renewable sources have become the dominant themes of modern global climate policy. Carter's life underscores the idea that leadership is not just about passing laws, it is about changing the underlying culture of a nation. In retrospect, the dual focus on land conservation and renewable energy established a blueprint for sustainable development that bridges the gap between traditional preservationism and futuristic industrial innovation. His tenure proves that environmentalism is not a luxury or a secondary concern, but the very foundation upon which a stable and prosperous society must be built. His legacy remains a vibrant testament to the power of deliberate, long-term thinking in the face of temporary political convenience. In conclusion, Jimmy Carter's environmental contributions represent a comprehensive legacy of land preservation, renewable energy innovation, and personal advocacy. Through monumental legislative victories like the Alaska Lands Act, his early vision for solar energy, and a lifelong commitment to the outdoors, he fundamentally shaped the American approach to stewardship. By prioritizing the health of the natural world, Carter proved that the government plays a vital role in ensuring environmental security, leaving behind a profound model for sustainability that continues to influence global conservation efforts well into our present day in 2026.